KvK practically ended, migrating out in a couple days, and this happens to be the KE of a free-for-all MGE. So we are fighting off territory, desperately hoping that we do get rallied and lower our power. Now we all got rallied, me, Queen, and M. Now for Queen and M, the target was to get lower than 60 million power, so she got about 80. We are hoping that she does get below 60. That way there's not much of an expectation on her to perform in KvKs. Her being 8 years old now, she's not the one that can effectively fight in KvK as much as someone else can, I guess. So somewhere between 60 and 65 million will be ideal for her. That way she's not impacting matchmaking heavily and she still can have fun and be in the same kingdom as me. Now her Garrison choice wasn't bad. She actually had a Wu and a maxed YSS, both maxed actually. And then because the rally is Attila and Takeda, I'm watching from the side. This is her playing and her recording as well. So I recommended her to change it to a Zenobia. Now she changed the equipment and went to Zenobia, hoping that the Zenobia would perform better against the... Okay, well, she's changing the commanders as well. So she's not doing all of it on her own. I'm actually next to her. I'm filling her city with siege. Both Queen and I are trying to kill off our siege as well. Again, because of the migration and free-for-all MGE. Now, in terms of M city defense, she definitely could have used a 10% defense buff. That would have helped. Not that it would make that much of a difference. So in terms of her getting zero, that's the easy part. You're fighting off territory, you're 80 million power, there's 100% chance that you're gonna get zeroed. The Imprison, now OneV, I did talk to OneV the day before and I did mention to them that we have few cities that we want to get zeroed for migration, and they obviously said yes, they love to do that. But then I think just for safety they decided to use the Imprison. But anyways, that wasn't necessary. It's not like we were gonna teleport away because we are trying to get zeroed. Well, not necessarily zeroed. I just want her to get under 60. So what I told her is when your power goes below 60, then you teleport out. Now I don't know whether she can, I don't remember whether she can actually do it just after 60 or it takes a little bit longer. Now at this stage I'm kind of thinking a YSG would have been better. She would have gotten a little bit more kills from all the she is. So when this is happening, as much as I'm not playing on her account, I can see whatever's happening from my account. My city is just next to hers, and as I said, I'm just filling the city with siege. But then I did recommend her to change it to a YSG, and she did. Now I did tell her that you can try to heal some in between if you want, that way you get a bit more kills. But then I don't think she can because she's getting hit consistently, and you can't heal your troops if you're getting hit consistently. Like there's a little bit of a chance in between. If there's no marches hitting, then you can. So she has to be either really fast or OneV has to be really slow. Now hospital field, obviously she's getting dead troops. Now I can't see her power at the moment, but then I would assume it's close to 70. Or actually maybe even less. Now I did recommend her to save the reports. Spoiler alert, she didn't actually save the reports. But if you look at what's happening, you don't really need to see the report. This is a city getting smashed and almost zeroed by OneV. Now OneV obviously is an OP alliance. Now on top of that, they have all the buildings, as in all the holy sites that gives all the buffs. So every single march that's hitting her city is overpowered and she's off territory, and we don't have any holy sites and she doesn't have a title or anything like that. So, and using just a 10%. And you saw her equipment, she got mostly purples. There's a blue there as well. So now I think she's messing it up a little bit because she's trying to go back to a Wu because the Attila is not hitting now. It's just a surround, and for a swarm maybe the Wu is better. So I think at this stage I was telling her you are better off using a Wu and YSG. Now, as much as I'm telling her and she's doing it on purpose, getting rallied is not an easy thing. And again, from an 8-year-old, I couldn't expect any more. So whatever she's doing is kind of decent, even though I'd say a little bit slower. So if you guys want to relate to this video or want to get something out of this video, the first thing is, unless you're actually trying to get zeroed for whatever reason, Obviously don't fight off territory, because doesn't really matter what your power is. You can get double imprisoned and then you can get easily zeroed. Now in M's case, the imprison is over and there's no double imprison, so she could have teleported out if she wanted, but as per instructions she's trying to go below 60, and because she's kind of tempted now because she's getting a lot of kills, she's deciding to stay a little bit longer, also because she's 80-year-old and a little slower than an average player. So I'm kind of now thinking that she should teleport out now. There's no point taking more deaths, because I'm pretty sure she's around 58 million. Yep, there it is. So I think she was around 58-ish million power, and that's when I said teleport now. So that's when she teleported out. Now there's a lot of healing that she has to go through. Now starting the healing now is probably not a bad idea, because when you teleport when you migrate into the new kingdom in a couple days time, your heals will be halfway done and you can probably heal the rest when you're there. Now in terms of the 65 or 60 million power that we mentioned, it's probably a good idea for rather casual players to stay within that mark, because at that mark your KD doesn't have too much of an expectation from you. You can play a little bit casually because you're not impacting the KD's matchmaking as much, as long as you're in a bigger sort of KD. So we hope that you enjoyed this video and learned something about city defense, and for more city rally videos, please subscribe and don't forget to like.